Realistic Pro35 scanner. I had a viewer, his name is Andrew, from Australia, email me last night regarding a Pro-35 scanner that he had that does not power up, either on the jack on the side or with the internal batteries. The scanner just will not power up. So I know this one is not a Pro-35 scanner, but for the most part, most of the scanners, or some of the scanners that Realistic or Radio Shack put out, they pretty much all copied the same type of power connection here in the scanner. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown, kind of, how this works. So first thing we'll have to do, obviously, is remove the cabinet from the scanner. Like so. Like so. And then you take the backing off. You can release the front if you like. It doesn't really matter, but for this one it might help out a little bit. So this is your DC jack input here, and what I've seen in the past, basically powering these, some people may have inadvertently powered scanner with the wrong polarity plug. Instead of center positive, they use it with center negative, or vice versa. So you have to make sure what matches the scanner. And there is protection diodes in back of here that either a protection diode, or sometimes you might even have a resistor here, and basically that protects the scanner. And then you might have a switch right here, select between, you know, charger or alkaline. And you get your contacts for your radio, particularly this one. This is your battery contacts right here, and they corresponding to, if you look in here, actually for the screw holes. There's one here and one there. Every scanner is kind of set up different on how it's set up, how it's done. And so let's figure out what's what here. Yeah, so you got one connection here that goes to the jack. Here, so two of these are together. Nope, just this one actually. Yeah, okay. So what I would do first on your scanner is have a look around the board, especially around the jack, and check for protection diodes, that may be in here. Because if it's bad, I've seen these actually burned up like black. So I would definitely start there for an issue. Another thing that I've seen on even some commercial radio, or not commercial radios, but on commercial battery chargers, that the what is this being such a pain? Get in there. I've seen that the inside the jack itself, there's like a little leaf, like a tab basically inside here, that sometimes it opens up and it doesn't close properly. And the only way to fix the issue is you had to replace this jack. These jacks get wore out, especially if the plug is, being twisted. This jack itself can go bad. So this is another option for you. Check that. So check diodes. If you've got a new jack, same as what's in your scanner, replace it with another one. Try that. Check your diodes basically in around this jack here. Just check for bad spots, bad parts, basically. So it could be in there. It could also be that your contacts for your batteries over time, especially if the batteries are leaking, these contacts get heavily corroded and you'll have to clean those up. I've cleaned them up with a Dremel, believe it or not, and they come back to have a little bit of solder to them. But yeah, so check that. There probably is a voltage regulator on the boards here somewhere, so check that, make sure that's still good. Other than that, look for broken wires, burned up parts, especially around the jack here. But I would think myself personally, I'm thinking, especially where the scanner won't power up on external power or battery, it sounds to me that you either got a diode or a voltage regulator is blown in the scanner. Again, probably somebody's after putting the wrong polarity in here and after popping something here. And another thing you can look at is the volume on and off switch. There is a switch in here when you click. Right? So you got 3 contacts now, or 3 pins on top, 2 on the bottom. 2 on the bottom is your actual switch. So you can see it. These 2 here is your switch contacts. Just get your ohm meter, come across 2 of these and put in continuity and see if if the volume control itself is actually switching, turn on or off. So that's another thing you can check. So hope that gives you a couple ideas what could be going on with your scanner. If you have any other questions or whatever, just let me know, and see if we can do something up. I've done a bit of searching online this morning, to see if I can find a schematic for the Realistic Pro35, and as of right now, I have not been able to locate a schematic for that scanner. So you're pretty much going to have to reverse engineer what was done with it for the power of it, and see where the voltage has failed. See if you can follow it somehow and go through the circuit. But anyway, that's the best I can tell you at the moment. If I find a schematic, I'll do another video on the Pro-35. And if you got any more questions, give me a call. And hopefully you'll be able to get your Pro-35 scanner working again. And as you say, 7-3 and cheers. Andrew, all the best. This is Rain 63. We're out of here. All the best, boys.